Hello and welcome to Sobriety Made Simple. My name is Timothy Martin. This is a 5-part series covering the alcoholic subtypes. Each subtype will be contained in its own separate video to make it easier for you to watch or to reference back to if need be. There have been numerous research studies that have attempted to classify alcoholism, or what now is termed alcohol use disorder, into different subtypes. One of the most famous is a typology developed by biostatistician E.M. Jelinek that has received virtually no additional research support but is still heavily referred to. Other different researchers have developed models for alcohol use disorder that consist of 2 subtypes, 3 subtypes, 4 subtypes, etc. The model referred to that I will be speaking of came from a 2000 study published in the Journal of Drug and Alcohol Dependency. Over 6% of American adults battled an alcohol use disorder. The National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism, or the NIAA, publishes that less than 10% of the adults in the United States who struggle with alcoholism or AUD receive any type of professional treatment for the disease. The reasons for this possible gap in treatment could be a perceived need for professional help and recognition that a problem with alcohol actually does exist. This idea may be perpetuated if a person doesn't fit into the role of a stereotypical alcoholic. When a person is educated, has a stable home life, holds down a job, and has no family history of alcoholism, it may be difficult for them to accept that their drinking is problematic. Research at the NIAA, part of the National Institute of Health, have identified 5 different subtypes of alcoholics to help people gain a better understanding of the disease. The 5 types include young adult subtype, young antisocial subtype, functional subtype, intermediate familial subtype, and chronic severe subtype. By gaining a better understanding of these subtypes, a person can better learn how alcoholism may affect them personally. If you recognize any of these alcoholic subtypes in you or somebody you know, it might be time to seek some help. Okay, in today's video we're going to discuss the 4th alcoholic subtype, which is functional. Functional alcoholics might be college educated, they could be married, have jobs or relatively good salaries, as well as tend to restrict their use and abuse of alcohol to specific situations or times. This presents the illusion that they are in control of their alcoholic use. The individuals are often able to convince others around them that their drinking is not problematic, but they still suffer the same effects from their substance abuse. They tend to minimize the problems associated with their abuse of alcohol, and they often have family members, spouses, or friends cover for them when they have issues associated with alcohol. One of the most common examples is having a spouse or relative calling when they are sick because of hangover or heavy drinking the night before. Or they may delay paying bills as a result of financial issues associated with their alcohol abuse. Individuals who are labeled as functional alcoholics often take the attitude that the issues they experience as a result of their alcohol abuse are normal for them. They are also able to convince others their behaviors are normal for them as well. They often have other co-occurring mental issues such as major depressive disorder or anxiety disorder. As well as the abuse of alcohol, they rationalize these co-occurring disorders as being normal for them. And of course are able to convince others that these situations are normal as well. Functioning alcoholics will often isolate themselves from other people in order to spend time alone drinking. Again, they are able to convince others around them that this is normal behavior. And on this category, I can definitely relate. I spent a lot of years hiding my drinking from people because of the sheer amount of drinking I did. I also had a lot of people that I would drink with. I could drink with these people on certain nights, and then these people on other nights. I kind of would spread it around a little bit. So by the time I got back to the first group of people, we'd only have seen each other maybe once a week. So to them, I was just a social drinker. But I can definitely fit in this category because I could function. I could work, even though I was still drunk. I never got a DUI. I was always a very cautious driver, even though I probably couldn't have passed a sobriety test. I very rarely slurred my speech or stumbled. I felt other people who did this couldn't handle their alcohol. So again, it made me feel special. I was different. I was always a good student. I made good grades. I went to college. So again, I felt like this is just the way I was. And it just took me a while to come to terms with the fact that I did have a problem. But once I realized I had a problem, I wasn't in denial about it anymore. I could use my experience to actually help myself. because I understood the way that a person can lie to themselves and deceive themselves and accept that some things are the way they are and they can't change. Now that's a bunch of bullshit. It was only after being honest with myself that I could start to get the help that I needed. That's why I stress not self-deceiving. You have to be very honest with yourself. Get the help that you need. If you're in this category, this is probably the category with the biggest group of denial people, because they do function. They can live a certain type of life, so it's not like their lives falling apart around them. This is a hard group to be able to really convince that they need help. So if you do fall into this category and you see some of these things that you fit into, please get some help, okay? We all have our different idiosyncrasies that makes our drinking different for each one of us. When you can see the same behavior in others, then you don't feel so alone and you can relate to it. Thanks for watching, and I hope this video helped you out. If you feel like you have a drinking problem, then you probably do, okay? So start getting the help you need, please, okay? It's never too late. Thank you. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.